Okay, let's go on to the next story. Lodi skydiving instructor sentenced to 2 years in prison following a fatal incident.
The embattled Lodi Skydiving Center, we know them well, right?
Talked
Um,
about it many times on this
Talked about it
pod.
many times. What's their number up to now? At least 28 deaths since 1985. Many of them coming recently. We've shared, videos of their planes crashing. We've shown a lot of crazy stuff from this facility. So Robert Allen Poole was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison for wire fraud charges. In this case, I think he used a colleague's credentials to certify skydiving students.
Yeah.
So he wasn't certified to certify, if that makes sense. And then two people died in a jump. They weren't properly trained. And because of this, the man went to prison.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, if you make mistakes that lead to the death of people, then yeah, you probably deserve some time in prison. I'm sure some of the families probably wished it was a longer sentence, but this guy didn't actually kill them. There was they couldn't pull either chute out in this most recent instance. Basically they're saying that the instructor part of the tandem was not trained enough and didn't maybe pack their chute well enough or what have you. But yeah, both parachutes failed to deaths because of it.
Yeah, and it's sad. Two young men, one's 25 and 118, died in the incident. It's just it's to me it's fascinating, this world of skydiving, right? You and I have both skydived. When you walk into those places, they're interesting people, right?
They're always got to be the same. I mean, they're wild people that
Yeah.
dedicate their lives to jumping out of airplanes. I mean, you can't be a normal person to do that.
That yeah, they crave that
Adrenaline rush.
adrenaline rush. And so I guess it's not surprising that someone in that scenario was doing weird things. I guess you're bound to attract certain people when you are a sport that extreme. But it's again, it's this long line of issues for this place that is still open in Lodi to this day. Now, there's not like a ton of skydiving options in our area and just in the greater Northern California area. So maybe that's why, with the demand comes the business. But, with all the publicity this place has gotten, including from us, people still go there apparently. And yeah, I mean, what else? This Pooley guy, his lawyers argued that these people made the jump themselves. They whatever happened in the air, they did it themselves. But they're like, come on, it's like if a car manufacturer messes up a car and someone crashes, they're it's not always the person's fault, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I don't love talking smack about a local business, I guess
Yeah,
is
yeah, I
but
agree.
it's news nonetheless. Yeah, the place that we both skydived out of was definitely a hole in the wall. I don't even know if it's still around anymore. I'm not even going to say the name of it because it doesn't really matter, but that's kind of part of the allure of this adrenaline. I mean, you're going on an adventure jumping out of a plane, which in and of itself is a very dangerous thing. So, I mean, it almost brings a little bit more excitement to it.
The guy that I jumped with when I is it sky dove or sky dived?
Past tense, who
Past
knows?
tense skydiving. It was like his 3,000th jump. So I hope he was certified. If not, I still trusted him to get us to the ground. But what some of these attorneys are saying is Cooley's lucky he wasn't like charged for manslaughter,
Right.
because he would have gotten more than a decade. So they're saying, hey, you're actually lucky that you just got 2 years for wire fraud instead of some sort of manslaughter, whatever.
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
So anyway, yeah, this place just continues to have bad news.